morning, you guys. It's me, the Alpha Empath, and I am talking about my morning meditation this morning. Okay, so one of my clients, she asked me on one of my classes. I was talking about the amount of peace that I get to experience in my life. I was talking about the amount of peace I get to experience, and she said, "Tiffany, everybody doesn't get to experience that kind of peace. And how can you get that kind of peace?" Yakin, baby boy, come give mommy a kiss. Good morning, love. Good morning. Okay. Okay, had to give my baby boy a kiss there. Okay. So anyway, she was talking about how did I achieve peace and how can you achieve peace in your life? Well, let me tell you something. Peace is costly. It's extremely expensive. Now, it's not going to require you to give up anything that's tangible. In order to require things that are intangible, you have to pay the price in things that are intangible. Okay. Does this make sense? This is why you can never buy love, because love is something that is intangible. And in order to afford it, you have to be able to have a mass amount of intangible currency, intangible money. So let's talk about the currency of peace and what I had to give up. Well, the first thing I had to give up was my need to be right. It sounds simple, but let me tell you something. In this competitive environment, we are competing all the time. We are trying to win all the time. We are trying to conquer and put ourselves above somebody else in order to be perceived as right or correct. In order for me to get my peace, I had to give that up. So my competitive nature had to go down. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I still struggle with that. I was born to compete. I just have to make sure that I'm not competing too much. I'm always going to have a little bit of a competitive streak within me. It actually helps me in business. But the need to be right is also competition. You don't have to be right. When someone says, I don't agree with you, be like, okay, well, you agreeing with me is not really needed. I'm just stating what I needed to say. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. And then you have to let it go. You have to give up the need to prove your point to them. That was one of the things that I did. The second thing that I did was a lot harder. I had to believe that my supply, I had to believe that my increase, my abundance came from something greater than me. By replacing one truth. My first truth was, in order to be happy, in order to be fulfilled, in order to feel successful, in order to feel safe and secure, I have to hustle, and I have to hustle hard in order to get that. So I chase money. And then I said, I'm going to replace that belief with a different belief. So I replaced it with, my supply doesn't come from me. And I am safe and secure in the knowledge that I have surrendered to something greater than me, and that greatness will maintain me. Now, it sounds easy, but it was not. It was not. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of times I wobbled. Because walking a faith walk, that shit ain't for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart, but it works. It works. So when I say I have peace because my confidence is not in me, although I am confident. My confidence comes from knowing that I am surrendered to something far greater than me, far smarter than me, and far wiser than me. I am submitted to greatness. And if I am submitted and surrendered to greatness, then my life is going to be filled with peace, because greatness takes care of me. When I took up upon this new way of thinking, I started seeing things that had never happened to me before. I started saying things to this mutual relationship that I had with the universe. I started seeing and saying things. My verbiage changed. See, when you have different belief systems, your verbiage change. So when I spend money, I started saying things like, all the money that I spend is going to be returned to me 100-fold. And then the shit started happening. So Tanisha says, there seems to be true inner peace and a peace that is superficial. I agree with you, Tanisha. There is a peace that is superficial, and I've had both of them. Inner peace is much better. Inner peace is much better. Peace that is superficial is based on you and your limitations. And because it's based on you and your limitations, it can never truly be peace, because you know in your humanity you are limited, but in your divinity you are not. So you're going to have to switch over. You're going to have to rely on that which is divine within you. That's what you're going to have to do. It became easier for me to rely on that which was divine. Remember, I said I had to give up my ability or my right to be right. I had to give up people agreeing with me, people liking me, liking what I say. I had to give that shit up, give up right standing in society, give up right standing in relationships, and just be. You see, I have a very diverse background. There was a time that I was a mega Christian, fanatical Christian, just Christian in name. I've been all of those things. And here's the truth. While I was a Christian, mega Christian, fanatical Christian, Christian in name, I saw divinity work in my life. When I was a Christian, I was healed in the name of Jesus. And then when I decided I ain't serving Jesus no more, and I decided, well, let me see what Buddha got to offer. Let me see what Allah got to offer. Let me see what Yahweh has to offer. Let me see what nature has to offer. I was healed in all of those things too. So then I began to recognize that spirit is no respecter of your religion, of your sex, of who you are. If you apply universal law to your life, you're going to get universal supply. So yes, you can have a universal supply with Christianity. You can have it with Allah. You can have it with Buddha. I am not going to sit up here and say that you receiving your healing in the name of Allah and me receiving my healing in the name of Buddha, Allah, Tom Cruise. I don't give a fuck what it is. The healing is you. It's within you. And if you need to say, I'm getting it from Allah, I don't give a fuck, because I don't need to be right. All I'm telling you is that divinity follows me wherever I go. And when I see divinity in all aspects of life, the greater my peace becomes. I've been a Republican, and I have also been a Democrat. And yes, when I was a Republican, God and spirit still smiled on me. And when I was a Democrat, God and spirit still smiled on me. See that, oh, you got to be this way or you got to be that way. That is your need to be right. And that's why you always fighting, because you will never have peace, because you will never be able to see God in everything. I see it in everything. In one of my classes, we were talking about what is the need for evil? What is the need for cruelty? Because some people serve a deity, a God that says evil is you going to hell and you can only be light. Well, I used to believe like that at one time too. And this is that superficial piece that I'm talking about. Because when I really get down to my truth, my authenticity, I am not all light. Me and all of this is not all light. There are parts of me that are light and there are parts of me that are dark. And I love them both. And my ability to love them both makes spirit and God manifest within me. I'm not going to fragment the divinity of source. I'm not about to do that, because when you do that, you don't have any peace, because only one part has to be right. And all this other part, which is also you, because you have darkness too. Everything that you hate out in this world, that is also in you, because in spirit, we are all one. We are all one in spirit. So somebody's saying something. I wish I knew who this is. Y'all, listen, I wish, who is this? Who is saying this comment teach? Tell me who this is. What is your name, viewer? Tell me who you are. I'm waiting. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to get me some water. I'm going to give me some water. But as I was saying, listen, you're going to have to understand that you are both. And God's spirit is both what we call chaos. Some people call it evil, but chaos. And it's also control. It is both. The feminine nature of God, this chaos, this evil, this disorder, Hi, Terrence. Oh, that's Terrence. Hi, Terrence, but I'm not talking to you because you have not been showing up to Sunday school. So, boop, boop, I ain't talking to you. Okay, so anyway, but I do love you. I love you, Terrence, and you do need to show up to Sunday school. Anyway, so this divinity that I am talking about, this thing called chaos, this thing called evil, this thing called the things that we don't like, this thing called shadow. You need these things to help bring out your divinity. You need it. You need it. So don't ever think that, see, when I look at all those things in me that I was ashamed of, they help me to understand better, understand myself better, and it helped me to evolve better. How can there be any light if there is no dark? How can there be? How can there be balance without each of them? If we had sunlight 24/7, if we had sunlight, think about this imbalance. If we had sunlight 24/7, would we actually get to achieve rest? So you have to have moonlight. You have to have something that is dark. And when I say something that is dark, I am not meaning without light. I am not meaning that, because if you understand the color black, you'll understand that it is a color that every color comes from. So there is light even within black. There is. So in the feminine energy, think about it as darkness. Think about it as a cosmic womb. And from within this dark, filled with water, filled with emotion, cosmic womb births every idea, births every creation, births all life. And when we look at that and say that that's evil, that's fucking stupid. That's stupid. Oh, Sandra, now, girl, when you call me beautiful, let me tell you something. These are my gym clothes. I'm getting ready to go see my trainer, y'all. Because I'm trying to get this body. Oh God, this goddamn body. She's so pretty. But this body, yeah, we need to go ahead and do something about this gut. We need to do something about this gut. Tanisha, okay, I used to believe that I repeated mistakes because I didn't learn the lesson. But sometimes it means that you didn't cultivate an environment to allow the lesson to thrive. Ooh, that's good. This is how I explain how I achieve the peace that I have. Tanisha, that's fucking good, girl. And let's talk about that a little bit. Tanisha is one of my students, y'all. Tanisha is actually studying under me right now to be a transformational coach. And you see, she's dropping fucking nuggets. She just dropped a nugget. So let's talk about this nugget a little bit. Let's talk about it a little bit. Okay. So you guys know that I was trained in the Bible. I was trained in the Bible. Okay. So let me bring up a story that actually Tanisha brought up to me this morning. It's the story of when Joshua was talking about casting out demons. He was talking about casting out demons. And he was saying, if you are going to go into any strong man's house, and when I'm talking about the strong man, I'm talking about a spiritual warrior. That is what I'm talking about. If you are going to sack it, if you are going to steal from it, the first thing that has to be bound is the warrior, is the spirit, is the strong man. That's the first thing that has to be bound, okay? If you're going to ransack the house. But let's say the strong warrior, he says, okay, these people that came in here and ransacked my house. I'm going to go ahead and show them who I really am and kick them the fuck out. Kick them the fuck out. Well, here's the thing. Y'all really need to understand this. Here's the thing. When you kick out energies, call them spirits, call them demons, call them whatever the fuck you want to call them. Call them whatever you want to call them. I don't care. But when you kick out all these energies that you're saying, I don't want to be, if you don't cultivate an environment within your temple, within your house, within the heaven that the strong man is trying to protect, these energies of chaos are going to say, oh shit, she ain't learned, she ain't wise. So let me go back, these same demons, and let's strengthen and let's fortify ourselves. And we're going to come back stronger, and we're going to come in and we're going to overtake her. The reason why we're going to overtake her is because she didn't do her part. And we're actually helping to love her, because by coming back stronger, and she has to become stronger in order to kick us out again. So do you see this yin and yang, this pull and push, everything that happens in your life? See, if you're not going to be wise, and learn how to become strong enough to cultivate your peace, energies, chaos is going to come back and say she ain't learned, so we got to give her something harder so she can toughen the fuck up. This is also a version of love. Yeah, I know it's a version of love that you don't like. I know it's a version of love that you don't like. Let me see. We have another comment over here. So we repeat the lesson because we didn't learn, or we repeat the lesson because there is another side of the lesson to learn. Yes, yes, yes. Whoever said this, you are absolutely correct. You are on the fucking money. And that is what I had to accept. For me, you don't have to believe it. But when I believed in evil, I don't even like that word, but when I believed in evil, it made me think, let me stay away from it. And I stopped myself from learning the lesson because I said, that's evil and thou shalt not touch that. I don't need to understand that. But when I began to understand that we are all one and we are all part of source, then if that's a part of me and we are all one, then I fucking need to understand this shit so I can overcome it. I stayed weakest spiritually when I decided to stay away from everything. Thou shalt not touch this. Thou shalt not do this. I stayed fucking spiritually weak. But as the apostle, they called him Shaul, but in Judeo-Christian, they call him Paul. The apostle Paul, he said that I have become all things to all men that I might save some. See, I have walked down a myriad of paths. Now, some might say she fickle as fuck. And you can say that. I really don't give a fuck. Okay? Because I don't need to be right with you. Right? That's how I get my peace. Right? But it was part of my spiritual journey. I went down all of these paths because my sacred contract with the universe required that I do. So when people come to me, I can understand what they're talking about because it's a path that I have walked down before. See, here's another thing that brings me peace. There are no mistakes. Didn't cost me anything physically, but I did have to change my belief systems. There are no mistakes. That means that everything that has happened in my life was bringing me to my divine path, my divine destiny. And when I gave up, there are no mistakes, it allowed me to stop living in the past or being caught up in the past. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. And leaving all of my energy back in something else and meditating on it. Anything that you give your energy to grows. So why in the fuck are you growing your past? No, I want to use all of my energy to grow my present. That is what I want, because it is only when you stay grounded in the present that you can create your future. But if you are using your energy to stay trapped in the past, you are not creating your future. And that's another reason why you keep repeating the same motherfucking lessons. Call your energy back from the past. Forgive. And forgiveness is nothing more than releasing. That's all it is. It's nothing more than releasing. Release it and then fill that hole with something better. So when that old energy comes back, it will say, oh shit, she done fulfilled it with something great. I can't come back now because something greater is in her. That's what you need to do. You keep doing that, you will get peace. Okay. So mistakes don't work on your mental state. I'm not understanding. I really wish I knew who this was. I really wish I knew who this was. So mistakes don't work on your mental state. I think I know what you're talking about. Yes, mistakes, which you're considering to be a mistake. Okay. It is going to make you wiser. But in spirit, there are no mistakes. So you have to understand that there are different realms. There's a spiritual realm. And in the spiritual realm, everything is perfect. There are no motherfucking mistakes. Everything is caused or meant for you to help you to evolve. Okay. And then there's an emotional state. These things that you call mistakes, they deepen our emotional state. Our emotional states helps derive our mental state, which you are talking about. And if you perceive it as a mistake, just reverse engineer that shit and see how it deepens your emotions and see what source or what energy it came from. And then you'll be able to understand that there are no motherfucking mistakes. So that's Terrence again. Terrence, can you get your face up here? Get your face up here. Now, I don't know how you're going to get your face up here, but Terrence, I would really love to see your chocolate skin, your beautiful white teeth, and your beard. So if you're going to be talking to me, let me see your face, okay? Now, it's been 20 minutes. As I said, I got to get to the gym and get my workout on. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you in Sunday school. Sunday school is every Sunday at 7 p.m. If you would like to attend, please drop into my inbox or just let one of my moderators know in the evolution of the empath that you want to attend Sunday school. We'll be talking about the root chakra and the sacral chakra this coming up. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.